guys, it's Bad Lori, rebuilding some more houses in Britechester for you today. Today we just wanted to start off with this random Honeydew Fields house in the middle of town on its own block all by itself. Looking a little lonely out there, but really kind of plain inside. Now it's a great starter house, there's nothing wrong with that. But I wanted more from a house. So today we're just going to renovate this, remodel it, basically redo the whole thing from the ground up. And we start off by clearing the lot, but want to make sure we get all the filters right, get this whole show going for you. But my kind of vision for this whole house to begin with was I was thinking maybe a professor lives here, somebody who works in town with one of the universities. So it's definitely meant to be a single sim or maybe like a couple, like not a family home at all, because these lots are just so small. There's no room for anything unless you want to build a 3-story house, which I don't want to build a 3-story house and play in a 3-story house all the time. It's just kind of confusing and hard to keep up with. And today I wanted to show you that I can build houses that are not super boxy also, so this does exist. And I really love that you have the great tools that we have in the Sims 4 build mode where you can just literally pick up the entire house and move it around the lot if you have to make room instead of having to basically rebuild your whole house. Because this lot is so tiny, it was hard to make everything fit onto it. Like 20 by 15 is just no room at all. The whole thing is very close, very condensed, and to be honest, it's almost a little claustrophobic. But that's fine because it just makes playing The Sims easier when everything's all within one screen view. Yes. So here we go, building our roof out a little bit. I actually like the way that the roof ended. Took me a little while to get it right because roofing is always slightly tricky in The Sims just because there's not diagonal roofing like I wish there could be, and things don't always line up the way that they should because I am just naturally bad at geometry. And we go on just setting up the wraparound porch a little bit more. I really love the porches that I can put on houses too with all of the little curvy porch features. But I wish this lot was bigger because, like, once this house is built, there's literally nothing on the porch but walking space. And I feel like that's kind of disappointing. But it's okay because it still actually looks really cute. And I would live here if I had the choice. I like the setup of this house. And the position in town actually isn't bad because it's kind of cool to be, right next to the only pub. You can go out and have a life anytime you want. You're not isolated onto one of the universities. You're not living in a dorm either, which is always an advantage because this lot actually has a kitchen in it, a full kitchen. We're going to see a stove. We're even going to see a grill in this lot too. However, you're not going to see that grill when we today just because I actually forgot to put it in when I was building the house itself, but it will be there when you check it out on the gallery because I made sure I put it back in there for you because I really thought the grill is, kind of important since you can't have them anywhere else in the university world at all. But yes, as I continue to fiddle with this roof for more time, just more and more time on the roof, just perfecting it, getting it right, playing with the fences around the porch too. Took me a little, the fences were kind of easy. I kind of had a vision in mind for those, just plain basic fence. I wanted it to be something that would kind of go with a lot of different decorations that you might put with it, a lot of different themes. At this point, I wasn't sure how I actually wanted to decorate the interior of the house yet, and I just wanted to not have myself stuck into any too niche looking items. Yes, and then we had to do this lovely little trick with the stairs here because this lot is just too small. So now we have flat stairs. And I actually really like this trick. I think it's really cute. And I don't think that we could actually make that work all the way before the new stairs update. So, just living and enjoying stairs. The way they are like that, it kind of reminds me of like all the beach homes like in the towns near where I live. They have cute little stairs like that on the front of the houses as they go up into like the raised houses, but they'll be like sideways, and it just looks like a really cute spot that you could take like pictures with your family before you go to the beach. Not that there's beach or family in this house, but I like the stairs. So this little porch here that we're working on is actually technically the front door when you arrive at the house, but this ends up being the only bedroom of the house too, and where the grill is. But anyway, so when you do download this house, you are going to want to reassign the door on the other side with the better stairs to be the front door, just because this is the side that faces the street. I mean, or you could just move the furniture inside if you don't like where I put the bed. But I think this is a really cute bedroom. It has a little tree outside of it. It's on the side of the house, kind of all by itself, a little bit more private, which is how I want my bedroom to be, a little bit more isolated from everything else that's going on in the noise of the kitchen and the living room. Yes, now we terrain paint just to make it look a little bit more realistic, because no house is just sitting plainly on a lot of perfect green turf. Adding the dirt around the house where the grass can't grow because it's shady, a little pathway everywhere. I think that it would be fun if we had some different brown swatches, because I feel like there's never quite the brown that I'm looking for when I'm trying to do this. Oh, and I just added the little sand there because I wanted people to be able to play in the sand. I think that's a really cute feature, that anywhere they put the sand, you can build sand castles. I wish you could look for artifacts in the sand everywhere, because that would be really cool if, like, in Brindleton Bay and places, you could go do that. And yeah, that was where my mouse fell off the table for a little bit. But we're back to the building now. Yes, just some plain regular siding. I was thinking a little bit more like mid-century vibe to this house. Like, it hasn't been here the entire time the town's been in place. Maybe there used to be something else on this lot and then somebody or rebought it. Maybe it's been in a family for a long time. But yeah, this house is not nearly as old as the rest of the town, and that's why it's more mid-century and everything else is more like just old. So one of the things that I wanted to do to keep this lot looking fresh was add and include a lot of landscaping around it to be nice and full and lush, which was challenging due to A, the lot size being so tiny, and B, it just being on its own block in the middle of a town. So it's kind of like a cement jungle type of situation happening. But it's okay, because I think it's enough. I think it still looks full. I think the trees really give it a lot of personality. And I kind of like how I have this, like, the bush and the rock and the back porch there too, because it says, hey, the person who lives here is busy and really doesn't have a lot of time for landscaping anyway. Oh, and the little spandrel area, that was before I decided that that had to be the bedroom, because I wasn't going to be able to fit a bed into what turns into the kitchen, because I couldn't make that room any bigger. So because that ended up being the largest room, I had to have that be the bedroom, which it worked out really good, actually, because there ended up being like just enough room for a dresser and some tables, and I really liked the way it was cute. We have our bathroom right in the middle of the house, playing some more games with the roofing just because I could. Now we finally get inside and we get to the painting and we get to pick out some doors. I'm not sure which I actually love more, decorating the inside or decorating the outside of a house. There's a lot of fun parts to all of it. I feel like maybe the inside's a little bit more fun, because then you actually get to see the whole house come together and be finalized. But I really could place the plants all day, just because plants are really fun and beautiful, and I wish that we had more plants. Like, I wish we just had more of everything in this game. On that note, I did really like the floor that I was able to put in this house, though, because that pine multi-tonal floor is just so pretty. It's so bright, but it still makes it just like look warm enough in the house. And we continue with the whole blue, green, turquoisey theme throughout the entire inside of the house, too, except for the bathroom, which is kind of browny. I wanted to have like a little bit of brown still going on, because I feel like that was like really popular during the time frame that I imagined this house being built into around the mid-century. Yeah, and we still somehow actually managed to get a decent-sized kitchen into this cute little house. Oh, and then we're gonna put like the little dinette chairs in that corner over there too. Just little table, little chairs, because we have single person in this house. Maybe they'll have a pet, maybe they don't. But again, no room for family here. So we continue to set up the kitchen, a little bit more detail, some happy little sunflowers here, maybe a rug on the floor. I just really wanted to keep everything really bright inside the house, so it didn't feel as small and sad as it looks from the outside. So again, we used bright colors and plants just to give it a little bit more life. I know I kind of like created this picture of like this busy, lonely person working here, but I didn't want the house to necessarily look as sad as the person who, or the sim that I'm going to put in here. Yeah, just a little work in the bathroom. You may notice that we put like all older looking features in the bathroom too, with the clawfoot tub, the antique toilet, because I want this house to let you know that we built it in the mid-century. And see, just enough room in the bedroom for a little bit of furniture. I really like the placement of the windows in there too. It just really makes it feel nice and illuminated. It's a little bookshelf for our professor who likes to read, and then there's a little reading chair in the window with their little lamp. Really love taking advantage of the little move objects and the alt button cheats where you can just angle things and fit more stuff in the room too, because I feel like it makes it look more realistic that way. Like, whose house is honestly just like grid, 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 square, square with all their furniture, everything lined up and evenly placed? It's just impossible. It can't stay that way. And there's not enough room in these tiny houses to live like that either. I'm also starting to be slightly horrified because I think I forgot to put curtains in this house, which is great if you're an exhibitionist and you want everybody in town to see everything you're doing all the time in your curtain-free home. But that's fine. I can add the curtains in before I post this to the gallery for everyone. And I might actually start including this little professor sim that I've been talking about. I'll build a little career for them when I put them on the gallery with the house too. Just that way this has more of a story to it for those people who like to play along with a story. So from here for the rest of the video, we're pretty much just filling up like the actual living spaces of the home, you know, getting the living room together. We're putting a little study area together in the foyer as well. Basically just trying to fill in the rest of the space here. You're going to see me spend a lot of time looking for the gaming console because I wanted to put one of those in the living room. It just kind of fit with the vibe of the sim I was imagining, but that's a city living item, and I really wanted to keep this house just Discover University and base game. But if you have city living, please add it in if you choose to, because I think that it would make sense and kind of add some layers to the story of this sim that I'm imagining. And I think I'm definitely going to create this sim for you when I put this on the gallery all together. And definitely put curtains in the house too, because we're almost at the end of the video and I did not get any curtains in here yet. Oh, that desk. That desk does not work there. Yeah, we don't have any of like the little desks until there's no little desks in this expansion pack or the base game, so I had to use like a little tiny dining table to make the computer desk. But I thought it looked cute because we had the little laptop on it and our desk table, or excuse me, our desk lamp. I liked it. I would work on stuff there, even if it is in the front door of your house. It's a laptop. You can move it if you have to. But that looks like it's about to be where I end the house if we're doing one last final save there. So we're probably going to go through and take another... Oh, nope, we have more art to do. No. So as we place a few more pieces of art, there's no room for a real table there. We end up putting the gnome over there because I like the gnome table. It was cute and it fit, and it just kind of goes with a little bit of... It adds some whimsy to the house. But that's basically everything, just the final details. I think we might go on a little spinny tour to make sure that we didn't leave any like weird, awkward looking, just anything looking too bare. Because I like it to look finished. Yeah, see, we're getting our mailbox. We're adding the trash cans now. Just everything that you need to make the house actually functionable and work with a sim inside of it. Yes. So there it is. That is our house today. We made her. Honeydew Fields. We remodeled it. It's here. Thank you so much for watching me again. And let me know what you want to see from me next time. Bad Lori, Twitch and YouTube. Thank you!